Hello, friends, and welcome. This is the Intercontinental group of awesome and I-95 games as we play Masks, A New Generation, the game by Brendan Conway, put out by Magpie Games. It is a game about young adult superheroes. It is powered by the Apocalypse, or aka uses the Apocalypse World engine, whichever way you want to say it. And we have been playing for several months, and this is issue 12. Now, there was a mini series, a 5-issue mini that was released about Doom and Halcyon City, and that's not in the original numbering of the 12 issues that we're at. So, the people who are looking at long boxes might see that we actually have 17. This is 17th issue technically, and then if you count in the 0 issue, it just, oh my goodness, the numbering is crazy. We're calling this the 12th issue, and this is the last official session of Masks, other than the epilogue, which we're calling our annual. Right, and the epilogue will allow us to tie a bow on a lot of things that we don't get to this session. However, just as a quick programming note, there will be a skip week here. I don't mean like a 5th week like comics. I'm just saying that next week I will be not playing with the Intercontinental group of awesome because I was a Kickstarter stretch goal for the Gauntlet, and I'll be running Lady Blackbird, and I don't know if that's going to be broadcast or not. So sorry, but it'll be fun for me and the people who backed it. But here we are at Masks, and we are at a really interesting moment with some confrontation for at least one, probably two of our team here in this particular issue, and hopefully we can get to a few other interesting moments. So let's do what we normally do and do an introduction of characters. Jen, I'd like for you to lead us off. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us about your character?
I'm Jen, and I am playing Seraph, the Janus. In her superheroic persona, she is a high-flying angel, half angel, but really, people see what they see, and they come to the conclusions that they come to. And then, of course, because she's a Janus, she has a double life, where she is Ashley Banner, a mild-mannered student of Hope Prep High School. She's also a member of an amazing band called Teenage Gerbil Uprising. And she's also trying to spend as much time as she can with her amazing girlfriend, Lisbeth LeBlanc. Juggling all of these different aspects of her life is pretty challenging, but she does her best because that's all she can do.
Thank you very much, Jen. We will next jump over to Alex. Alex, please introduce yourself and remind us of your character.
Yeah, I am Unisha Upal, aka Armature No, not Brain. The Innocence. I have changed playbook.
What?
Dun dun dun. Surprising everyone.
Yes, actually.
Tell us a little bit about what is different for Armature as the Innocent. So this is switching playbooks. You went from the Brain. You had a moment where you did your big reveal and hugged your shame and have a shame cat of your own and all that good stuff. Yes. And now you've switched to the Innocent playbook. The Innocent is part of Halcyon City Herald collection. Isn't that right?
Yes, I believe that is the supplement it's from. And I'm tweaking it with permission a bit, because normally it is playing a character who's traveled forward in time to the present, where their future self is some sort of bad guy. Whereas this one, I'm kind of choosing my alternate dimension self, who is older. President Upal.
Well, I think that's a fine idea. And we already have the statistic that 64.2% of all realities have an evil Armature / Unisha in them. So it makes sense.
Yes, exactly. So I got couple of new moves and bits and bobs, and I've lost my my shame.
Did you ever really have shame?
Okay, that's a good. Yeah, yes, possibly not. But I definitely don't have now. So I've grown.
That's right. That is so right. Cool. Thank you very much, Alex. Let's see. Oh, please introduce yourself, my friend, and tell us about your character.
I am playing Viridian, otherwise known as Anil, and he is a legacy that we tweaked with help to have magical powers instead of one of the power sets that is on the legacy playbook. He's currently sort of the acting magister of Halcyon City, the sort of supreme sorcery dude, and waiting for his father to return and let him, go to the movies or something.
I've heard not much is good playing, so just like Ernest goes to space jail or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, Verdi wants to see, Beetleman into the Beetleverse, but it's not happening for some reason.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, Paul. And last but not least, we have Jan. Jan, please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm playing Atlas, aka Marcus Meyer. Marcus used to be in a wheelchair and wanted some treatment, but his family was not very rich, so he got some experimental treatment from the Hanover Institute. And now he's a 7'5" hulking muscle guy, aka the Bull Playbook. And it seems like we're probably going to the Hanover Institute, so that's probably a bad idea.
It's according to what your measure of the word bad is. For entertainment, I think it's an excellent idea, my friends.
Fair.
All right, so that was a great setup for us. You guys have handed off Hazit and Kavita. You've also turned in the members of the Transcendent Crusaders for their involvement with the spider. You kind of handed off that information. So I'm sure those two things are taken perfectly care of and won't have any ramifications for you later. You could just close the book on those. This is totally good. Let's go on and deal with a new thing, which is the Hanover Institute. Now, remind me, Armature, former brain, now innocent, how much of what you were told by Dr. Solace have you shared with Marcus about Dr. Solace's concerns about Marcus's health and the like? Is that a thing that we've seen?
I don't think we've actually seen that.
I don't think we have either. So what mode of transportation? Are you guys teleporting over? Is that a thing where you're like teleporting or you're taking the transit? I imagine you're just going to use Viridian's teleportation capabilities to get over there, right? Not telling you what to do. I'm just figuring that's been the default mode.
Saying, yeah,
it's been our MO, yeah.
Yeah, unless Atlas wants to really make an entrance with the front door.
Well, are we going to teleport inside?
We don't have to.
Where do you teleport them, Viridian? Where do you teleport yourself and the team?
I think
Halcyon City Guardians. Just to remind everybody, we do have a team name.
Took a while, but we got there.
You named the band faster than you named the team, but that's fine.
And look what that got us. So I will go with however Marcus wants to do it. If he wants to make a grand entrance, then I will put us right outside the front door.
He does not.
Then I will put us basically just inside the front door. I don't think I have enough information to take us directly to Solas's office or anything like that.
I have the exact coordinates, spatial coordinates for her office.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
rolled for that, and that was how Viridian actually picked you up.
Oh, that's right.
Mm.
That is right.
That is
So I
something you do.
can get back there. So you want to go straight to the office? We're going straight to the office.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go directly to Dr. Solace's office. Sounds awesome. So we open up with the big 2-page spread of Dr. Solace's office. We have a little kind of concave area, which is like a seated holographic projecting, like 360 type deal. We have the beautiful view of the Wading River as well as city center. Hanover Institute is actually on north side a little bit in the Hanover district of Halcyon City. And again, as a reminder for people who are like, what is Rich talking about? We are using Freedom City and occasionally renaming things. But Hanover, I don't know what comic that was stolen from, but it was there on the map and I liked it, so we're using it. But Hanover Institute's right there near the promenade, overlooking the Wading River. And that riverfront property is beautiful. Dr. Solace up in the CEO executive suite. So we see that she has like a kitchenette off to the side. And by kitchenette, I mean basically full-on kitchen. Very open area design where it's just like all one level and you can get from any point to any point just walking across. There's a suspended kind of granite table because I put that there in case Atlas wants to throw it on people. It's literally there for, like, it has an editor's note in case Atlas wants to throw a table on people. And Dr. Solace is there. She's got a huge monitors kind of suspended in midair. And she is currently working with a couple of her subordinates who are here, one in a lab coat and has a cool looking peach, a peach pad, little tablet of some kind, and then another person that's dressed in the Hanover Institute security uniform. And the three of them are there when you guys just appear, and then glowing red lights happen at several various points, and Dr. Solace looks over. Oh, Unisha, Anil, and Seraph, and Marcus. Thank you. Thank you all.
Can I ignore it and start and plug into security systems and try and deactivate that alarm?
Oh, you can try that.
Lock
You've been
down the
so
door.
successful with
I
this
know
stuff
Okay.
before that I think that's a great choice to just lead off with a failure. Not that I'm trying to nix you. Nix.
Who? I'm just going to quickly, because I've got an advance to spend.
Well, why don't do you want to go ahead and spend that advance? I mean, this is the thing you can be doing quietly while other people answer Dr. Solace.
I would like to. I will switch. I'm now going to have wield your powers. So I'm just going to
Very nice.
do that. And yeah.
That's pretty great. We have 2 of the 4 now wield powers instead of unleashing. It's definitely growing.
And I'm glad I did it because, yeah.
Well, the good news is that you get an experience point. And now, I have to add one team to the pool, right?
Which in this game is called potential.
Thank you, Paul. So I add one team to the pool at the beginning of the session. You guys have a whopping 17 pool. Do people want to try to help Armature, or shall you help me to continue the streak that is Armature's abilities within Hanover Institute of Technology?
You know, as much as I like hard moves, I would like a slight break from hard moves for a while.
Yeah, and actually, we don't want to lead off that way. So,
yeah.
I'm sort of I after the thing at the spike when Armature was pretty blatant about trying to tap in. I think I've gotten a little more aware of watching what she's doing, So I'll sort of step forward so that it's less obvious, like so that I'm blocking at least part of it. So that's 1.
All right. I'll go ahead and reduce the team pool back down to 6. But it's going to take 2 people helping to get you to a 7.
Somebody
I
can
think,
distract
Yeah, I mean,
eyes.
I think Atlas just steps forward. I mean, that's already filling up a big part of her vision. And I think he just says, like, why are you so happy to see us?
Well, because I spoke to Anisha about your condition and told her how concerned I was about you getting sicker. And here you are. Did she not have that conversation with you? I thought that was the express reason that the 4 of you violated several teleportation treaties that Hanover Institute has signed with the Halcyon City government and the exemplars to arrive here for the 2nd time today.
Atlas looks over his shoulder at Sunisha. Like,
I hadn't had time to go over the data just yet. We were busy. I know she's lying. I don't trust her.
no, neither do I.
The security system's neutralized for the moment.
The lights all go off.
I've unplugged.
The security guard who's near her reaches for some kind of like stun baton of some kind, and she waves him off and says, Marcus, it's taken us a long time to find you. And
It seems like you were keeping track of me just fine.
well, someone among your team has made that a little more difficult, but good old-fashioned gumshoe work is something that I'm willing to pay for as well.
You seem to know perfectly well when I disappeared. Maybe you didn't know where, but it must not have taken that long to find me.
She gestures with her wrist, and this little kind of holographic keyboard pops up as she types in a few commands and reaches up to the big monitor. And with a hand gesture, she has this like bracelet that seems to allow her to interact with some of these holographic devices. She turns the monitor to face you, and she cues up some video footage of your escape from the Hanover Institute. Would you care to describe to your team here what it is that they see? Because if I remember correctly, this was not exactly like a ninja mission where you like slipped out of a window and some people got
No,
hurt or something. So what is it that they see?
so there's probably like a camera just outside of a containment room, and like it's all muted. There's no sounds, but like one of the guards suddenly looks at the door, and then you see like a bulge appearing in the door, and then it gets bigger, and the door slams open, knocking one of the 2 guards aside, and the other guard pulls out a stun baton like the other guard wanted to do, and Marcus kind of grabs him by the head and slams his head into the wall, leaving a bloody mark. And then, camera switches to further views, and there's a lot more tussling, and eventually Marcus breaks out of the front door, but like there at the end there's still like the a shot back from the security guard that's lying slumped on the floor with a trail of blood down the wall. And Marcus is not looking happy to see this.
Yeah, I think that you need to take a condition right now.
That's fair.
What feels appropriate for Marcus?
Guilty, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That works. So, Marcus, you caused quite a bit of damage to Hanover Institute, along with the medical expenses that I took care of for the family of the security guard. And on top of that, I'm concerned about you. We offered the treatment, you took the treatment at no cost to yourself or your family. You refused to allow us to observe you, and so I took it upon myself to make sure that you were not endangering any more people. And I was happy to find about your heroic deeds. That
You
is...
refused to let me see my family. Or anyone for that matter.
We did have you under observation, yes. It was an unexpected benefit, your total growth in mass and size. But we wanted to make sure that you could handle reintegrating to society. You chose to reintegrate yourself.
Like keeping me away from society.
Baby steps is what we wanted. But
Just because his stature changed doesn't mean that anything about his personality or psychology had to change.
Would you like me to review the video with you, Seraph?
Well, you're changing the subject to something that happened before you made a decision to confine X. So, no, I don't need to see it again.
Well, I'm sure that we could argue about this for a while, and you seem very set in your opinion, Marcus. Let me ask you this. Do you like your life the way it is now? If so, I recommend that you come back to us and allow us to help you with some improved gene therapy. Because what I've seen of the genetic material you've left behind in some of your recent exploits, showing a significant degradation in your body. And I do not want to see you reduced to a wheelchair again. And she is using her influence to tell you how the world works. And she wants you to turn yourself in.
Not gonna happen. Or at least, I mean, I'm going to try to resist that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. It is a flat roll, my friend.
That's an 8.
Nice. It was funny. It was like a cocked die and the 3D die for me. And it looked like a 6 for a second. And you said it's an 8. And then it popped over to the 3. And I'm like, oh, so close. On a 7 to 9, let's see. On a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. On a 7 to 9, you must choose one. Or you get to choose one. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down to your choice, or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
I mean, I'll definitely cancel their influence and take +1 forward.
Fair enough. Dang it, Dr. Solace, you have no influence over anyone. My Steve Jobs analog with cybernetics, and like she just can't influence anybody. She needs to wear more turtlenecks, I guess. I don't know. This is a real bummer. It's a real bummer because she's a captain of industry, friends. Hanover Institute, good stuff. I mean, sure, the occasional manufactured super being, but who doesn't dabble in that? Okay, anyway, back to Dr. Solace.
I mean, Atlas just says, "You just want me back here so you can control me."
You seem to be doing a rather good job on your own. And if you want to walk out of here, so be it.
So be it. But first, we came to collect something that you stole.
Yes.
And what would that be?
Well, you could just hand it over, or Marcus, do you want to start opening some doors?
I'm guessing if we go through the left wall over here, and then another one through, then we should be getting close.
Sounds like you're trying to provoke her?
Which one of us?
Yeah, exactly. Which one of you? You both kind of heading up is obviously a team up. Who wants to lead the fray?
Which is provoke. I mean, I got a 2 on superior.
I mean, since I did it with violence, I got a +2 on danger.
Oh, I want the violence.
All right. Oh wait. No, you do it. I feel guilty.
Okay.
And provoking is -2. I think it still counts, even though I used danger.
No, I don't have influence on Solace. I just have. She doesn't have influence on me. Okay, so it's flat roll. Well, no bonus.
I mean, I'm helping by threatening violence.
It's another 5 for those who can't see.
Yes. So I'm bringing it up to 6 with my threats of violence. Who wants to pitch in?
Let him be hanging. Come on, do it.
I'll just sort of let flame-shaped green raw magic just out of my hands. No, just like showing off, not actively burning anything at the moment.
Nice. Cool.
Oh, wait. I just want to say, out of the last 10 rolls I've made, I've had 3 hits and 7 misses.
It's all part of growing up, right?
Yeah.
Literally for you, you get XP on a miss. Therefore, it's all part of you taking grown-up moves. Hence, this mechanics show us how failure is how you grow up. Which means I should be a really good grown-up, guys. All right. When you provoke someone susceptible to your words, say what you're trying to get them to do, which is hand over shame cat. For those who don't remember, on a 7 to 9, they can rise to the bait and do what you want, or they can instead choose to stumble. You take +1 forward against them. They err. You gain a critical opportunity, or they overreact and you gain influence over them. And I am going to say that this threat of smashing down doors and breaking her precious
walls, not doors,
smashing down walls, ing it all over the place with some Kool-Aid man-tasticness. She is going to overreact. So since you failed, you actually succeed. So don't forget, you do get the potential, because our little rule that if someone has to boost you a team pool, you still get the XP because you did technically fail. Technically, I had you. You were so close, right there, squeezing your head. But she's going to overreact, and you do gain influence over her. And her overreaction is that she looks to the security guard and she says, "Unleash Menesis." And he quickly starts tapping and makes a quick call. And she says, "Well, I obviously am not physically superior to you. Do what you will. for now. And she has this little smirk on her face. Because she has that like slightly super villainous smirk of like, yeah, go do that thing. Go do that thing.
What's Manicia's?
Probably the reason why you moved up on her timetable.
And you hear, boom.
I'm not the unstable one, am I?
Boom. It seems louder and sounds like it's on this level. And then the one of the walls breaks open, and you see this individual standing there. Hold on, let me make sure that I'm not showing like 6 individuals. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. This guy burst through the wall. He is 8 feet tall, and he has the shocking dark kind of dark midnight blue hair, because Rich's favorite color is midnight blue, so damn it, that's what it is. And he looks a lot like you, but he has these oddly altered eyes that where they're all black with white irises. And he looks around, he looks directly at you and charges towards you. What, you being Atlas, this is Manicius. What do you do? As he slams into you and starts carrying you towards a giant floating marble table, which he's going to slam you on if you don't do something.
I mean, there's not. Let me see. Because there's. Not, I don't have any good moves on my sheets, except for one. But I don't want to lead off with that.
Do you have any space for rivals?
I can change my rival at any time, yes.
Yes, you can at any time.
So that seems like a good idea to start with. So I'll make him my rival, which, oh wait, but that does give him some stuff too. Let me see. You can change your love or rival at any time. Give the new subject of your affections or disdain influence over you. So he has influence. And then I'll get +1 on
He gets
going.
a +1 on all rolls, except he's an NPC, so oh well.
Well, I get the +1.
Yeah, but he has influence, so he would have everything if he were a PC.
And I mean, what I'm basically trying to do is I guess I want to talk him down. I'm trying to see if it's more of a pierce the mask or more of a provoke.
Tell me what you say, and that might help us determine what's going on.
I basically just say, look, you don't have to do this. We're not enemies. In fact, well, look, don't. We're probably related.
Nice. Okay, cool. Sounds like maybe you're trying to pierce the mask here more than the provoke right now. You're kind of asking him not to attack, but yeah, we'll leave it up.
All right. Let's have a look, because when I pierce the mask of my love or rival, I can always let them ask me a question to ask them an additional question in return, even on a miss. So I will have to roll first. Pierce the mask. That's mundane. Not very mundane. It's a 7.
All right. Better than a not 7, right?
Yes. I mean, my question is, how could I get your character to not attack? That's the question from the list. The question from off the list, and you get to ask one too.
Right.
Will be, how did they make you?
Oof, nice. Okay, cool. So, how can you get him to not attack is to show submission. Like, admit that he's greater than you, seem scared or frightened, or capitulate in any way. And then he is, let's see, sorry, got influence over you. And how was he made? He is made from your genetic material with a different mix. They tried to improve on the original because you weren't here. So, his question is going to be, just ask, what do you intend to do here? Because he's also trying to protect Dr. Solace.
I mean, Atlas does not necessarily want to do any violence on Dr. Solace. He wants to just get Shamecat and get the fuck out of here again. But actually now also sort of get him out of there.
Interesting. Cool. Cool. So he is trying to drive you into the table and smash you quite a bit. Do you react upon what you figured out of his demeanor? Or are you too proud?
No, I'm not too proud. I'm probably just basically, please don't. Please don't.
Oh man, he's already tackled you. He picks you up and he's about to slam you down into that table when you say, please don't. And he stops and he he hoists you up and he holds you by your uniform, which we hardly ever see you in, but you look really good in. So he holds you up by your uniform right now. And he looks back to Dr. Solace. Dr. Solace says, I think that the three of you should go.
I think that you should eat my shorts.
Can I walk toward? I don't want to roll.
The pressure's just getting to a nail over here.
I want to walk over and take the wrist thing that she has that she uses to access her computer's systems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that seems like a logical thing. You should try that with dice.
Is that using my power?
You're directly engaging a threat.
Am I dead? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to hurt her.
No, but there are definitely options in directly engaged that seem perfectly appropriate here.
Okay. Did I just roll?
Yes, you did, and guess what it was?
Well, that's the only result I have. I mean, it's not 5, so
it's not
we're
5.
Going up.
So let's for the rest of this game rename the team pool to the
same Unisha pool.
The Unisha pool.
Help Unisha get the bare minimum.
We really are having 2 roles where we had to chip in to
because that was
team.
Yeah, and that used up 4 of whatever we had.
Yeah, we just felt bad for you, Alex, not for Unisha. Now I'm done. I'm just done.
No,
I'm done with you.
Hit me. Yeah, I go for the bracelets device.
Nice. So you reach for the bracelet device. You actually grab hold of it. It's like a cool little golden bracelet. You know, it's got a little digital display on it. Looks way nicer than mine. It actually still has the little part where you can like tug the end in, where mine like broke off because it's cheap plastic. Thanks, Carmen. But hers is super dope. And this bubble forms around, like, whoa, around you, and you wow and kind of bounce back a half step. It looks like some kind of kinetic force bubble. She says,
I'm impressed.
When are you going to accept that my technology is far superior to yours?
You're like 40 years older than me. I guess she's like 50.
I know. She's
yeah.
She is this. The artist totally captures this look of like, that that is not true. That is so not true. You are 15 and I am 34. And that is not 40 years older.
Seems ancient to me.
Seraph, you're the logical one. Can you please escort these people out of here? We're going to make sure that Marcus is healthy.
I leave when Marcus says I leave. End of story.
Manisha says, say it. Tell them to go. He draws his hand back like, I'm threatening you to punch you. He's left-handed too.
And I'm like looking at Atlas, trying to make some eye contact and also like flicking my glance at Manicius. Like, you want I should try to kick his ass?
We're not leaving. Not without the cat. And now, not without Manicius.
This is over the cat?
And Neil, can you get me out of this bubble?
I will attempt to get him out of that bubble. What I'm going to do is try to generate a magical equivalent of it just inside the sphere of the bubble, and then expand that. So I guess I'm wielding.
All right.
There we go.
A 6, although
No,
plus 2.
It's an 8. It's an 8.
I know. I said you rolled a 6 plus 2. So.
Yes. So I don't recall what
this institute.
All right. When you wield your powers, you roll plus freak. On a hit, choose 1. On a 7 to 9, you choose 2. I will drop the options into chat for you if you need.
Please, sorry. I forgot
No problem.
to open the...
It's A-okay. Here you go. Take hold of something vulnerable to you. Create something from your environment. Neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now.
I think it makes sense that I'm neutralizing the bubble threat.
Yep.
At least for
The
now.
bubble dissipates from your magic. We see like a green aura around it kind of thing. Is that what we see? Or do you like pinch or into what is the magic of you destroying the force bubble?
It starts inside the bubble, the force bubble, and then just expands until it pops. Nice. And then my magic dissipates.
Nice. I like it. So yeah, she sees that and says, if you'll leave Marcus with me, you can have this stupid cat.
No.
Tell them to go.
No.
You take a powerful blow. Because he's going to punch you as hard as he can.
That's a 13. Yay.
Okay.
Ah,
On a 10 plus, you choose one. Remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
I think I'll lose control of myself now, and my powers in a terrible way.
What do you imagine that looks like?
Battle of the Titans.
So you just flip out on Vinicius?
I imagine so. Yeah.
Nice. Just looking at your moves and kind of trying to imagine what that looks like.
By the way, I think I would use my newly freed tentacles to start pulling people out of the path of whatever this looks like. Including Dr. Solace and security guards as well. I think Seraph can deal with it herself. But...
Okay. So he punches you, and the 2 of you start wailing away on each other. The table is knocked through the window. You can see it like flying out like some kind of rectangular frisbee, smashes into somebody's car in the Hanover Institute Employee of the Month parking lot. Just completely dissipates that point. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And you guys start going toe to toe with each other for a little while, destroying Dr. Solace's office. She's trying to get out of here. It looks like she and her security guard and her lab tech are in a bit of threat from splash damage, for lack of a better word. And Anisha, you can get out of here. Nobody's going after you right now. What?
I'm gonna do the defending.
Really? But you get out.
I'm gonna defend.
Oh, okay.
See, when I work for good, I get a hit.
Just remember that.
Yeah.
Wait, Anisha's grown up now, guys. She's innocent and everything. Awesome. So when on a hit you defend them, or on a hit you keep them safe. It's an NPC under threat here. On a 7 to 9, it costs you. Expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. You get a choice. You can add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
Ooh. How much was the team pool?
It's down to 3.
I'm taking influence over Dr. Solace.
And I just realized we probably should go through the, like, you guys are in a fight stuff. Since you're literally in a fight right now. Okay, so you have influence over Dr. Solace. Go ahead and mark it.
Yep.
What does it look like when you save Dr. Solace and 2 of her underlings?
I think one of them is about to get like run down. Probably would have gotten splattered against a pillar or just mushed, and just suddenly they're kind of get dragged by their ankle, like just sliding across the ground.
Okay.
And I think Dr. Solace gets lifted up over just as some rubble or slams into her desk.
Nice. What is Seraph doing after you see things are starting to go a little crazy right now?
Kind of feels like there's not much to do. Except that's definitely not how Seraph or Ashley Bannon would think. So, well, the civilians are safe. But Manicius and Atlas are fighting pretty hard, and it looks ugly. Like, do I intervene? What's the point? What's some other stuff in here that's not smashed yet?
Cool. So they're revealing hidden areas within this pretty open office plan. Eventually, it does have a wall. It doesn't go full 360, right? It's basically like a big slice of the pie. And I imagine that some stuff's been thrown, and there's a hole in one of the walls. There's also probably some stuff that's fallen through down to the level below. You see that there are broken displays and kind of the fixtures up in the ceiling as these guys are kind of tearing apart Dr. Solace's office in their big Moscow Hulk fight. It looks like the three people innocents were saved by the innocent. Oh my goodness, I just realized I did that thing. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm sorry. It was literally like a thing that just happened organically. Bad pun. I'm a dad. I guess it's a thing. Anyway, so yeah, that's what you have. Walls look in. You know, it's a possibility that Shame Cat that you're after is somewhere here. If you want to try go search for it, you could probably shut down security if need be, because that's not going to last.
Security already shut down?
Oh, true. It is currently shut down, but that was before the sound of earthquakes happened above people's heads, and we like scan down to like third floor of Hanover Institute. Somebody sticks their head up from a cubicle, like, did you hear that?
Seems like a superhero fight.
Oh,
Good thing we have a procedure for that. We run
Guy,
drills every Friday.
We have the one guy who looks up. He's got a like fire warden hat, an emergency hat. He like puts on the emergency hat. And he goes, "All right,
That
guys."
little bright vest.
Yes, he's putting on his breath. He's got his little whistle.
Yeah, I guess I'll go looking for Shame Cat.
Okay, awesome. That sounds amazing. Thank you for taking that bait. I mean, for making that intelligent choice that you made of your own that I didn't suggest to you. And you're a good player who follows my lead sometimes when I want to give you something to do. Sweet. So you should do that. So you peek your head through a window and window wall. Sorry, it's now a window. It's like open space. You look through the wall and you see there in a kind of electrified cage, laying inert but moving just slightly, is the tentacled independent entity that was once part of Project Diffuse and separated itself and has been captured now and is being studied. You see there's like a little automated thing that's taking all kinds of pictures, and a little laser is penetrating one of his tendrils as it lays there feebly moving around. What do you do?
Well, clearly this looks like a device I can smash.
Yes. You should unleash your powers and smash it and break it open.
All right, I'm going to do the thing. Whop.
Nice. It's a 9. You leave it at a 9? A 7 to 9, you'll mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Make some unstable temporariness out of this.
Awesome. So you come in, like it's an electrified kind of cylindrical area with the top part protected where the devices are kind of observing the thing. You imagine you just come in and rip off the top, or do you reach through and grab the, how do you destroy device?
I like reach down and I grab a part that looks not structural, but sort of control and maybe a power junction kind of thing. I grab the most expensive technical looking part that's in the base and I rip it off.
Nice. Cool. So you rip that power off the base. It browns for a little bit, and the electrical field seems to dim. And you have just a moment before the backup generator starts to kick on for this thing. Do you like snatch the cat, or do you swat it out? How do you get it out of the device?
I'll reach in and scoop it out and be like, "Come on, buddy, we're going."
Nice. And just for viewers at home, when we say shame cat, that's just like a walking joke. This is a mass of tentacles that's about this big. Of course, it could stretch itself out.
For the viewers that are not this big, yeah. Listeners.
Oh, for the viewers, listeners, it is football sized. It's.
I don't know if you're doing this. It's like it's as big as a bread box.
This is big. There we go. I finally have a bread box sized thing I'm describing. I love it. It's as big as a bread box. I kind of think of it like large intestines, right? Because it could be stretched out really far, but it's usually not.
It's a cat.
You didn't have to go there, Rich. You did not have to go to intestines.
Should I have said duodenum?
No.
Just because I love
No, that's even weirder.
Oh, man, I made it weird. I'm sorry. Cool. So you grab Shane Cat out, and it just feebly moves against your chest there. It starts to slither up. Maybe like a parrot on your shoulder. Do you allow that, or do you kind of pull it back down to hold it again?
I'm fine with it.
Awesome. Sweet. So it slithers up to your shoulder, and you see the pair of little red eyes at the end of one tentacle look out and over your shoulder. Yeah, so let's see what Viridian is doing right now. Anisha / Armature has saved Dr. Solace and her two assistants. Big fight going on between Atlas and Manicius. You just saw Seraph disappear through a wall. What are you doing?
What I am hoping to do, I don't think, even though illusion was one part of my power set from near the very beginning, I don't think I've ever actually effectively used it.
I don't think you have. I don't.
So
maybe at the party there was a little.
Oh, there was at the TGU opening,
but it's not something you use often.
Right. So I would like to distract these guys from their fight, give them a chance to sort of calm down. So I'm casting an illusion so that it looks like Atlas is 5 feet to the left of where he actually is. And that Manicius looks like he's 5 feet to the right of where he actually is. So I'm not giving either of them an advantage. I'm just trying to get them to not be able to hit each other for a bit.
Neat. So let's have you. I really feel like that's wielding your powers.
I think it is. Let's go to the sheet. Let's go to the dice. Oh no.
We still didn't do the team moves.
Well, we should probably do that. Okay, so yeah, when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. So your team pool is now 5. Who's the team leader? I think it's Atlas. Feels right? Yeah. All right, it's definitely Atlas's thing. Do you have influence over every teammate, Atlas?
I do.
That adds 1 more to the team. You're now at a 6. Everyone has the same purpose in the fight. I think maybe you as leader tell us what the purpose of the fight is.
Getting Shamecat out of here, and I mean, I think the only difference is that Atlas is a new additional goal of getting Manicius out of here as well.
Could the goal just be rescue?
Yes.
All right. I'll say that seems fair. Now I'm going to hold you guys to rescue. And if any team member mistrusts the leader of the teams, everybody trust Atlas.
At the moment? Ooh.
Are you guys ill prepared or off balance? And I think Manicius, maybe. You tell me. Do you feel ill prepared or off balance?
I feel off balance right now. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I've lost control of my powers. I'm raging against
down
My
to
dice
6.
supply off balance.
Just let us have Shamecack back. Hulk fight! Okay, cool. You guys have a team pool of 6. And there is a 5 on the board. I think
Atlas is not helping. Just
yeah. All right.
I could me and Project Diffuse could try and just get them into position, for the magic to kind of take effect. So they're not literally touching each other and going, well, it looks like you're over there, but I can feel you right here as I punch you.
That would push it to a 6.
Just give it a quick look.
What about Ashley? You never see them in the same place.
You don't. Ashley wears glasses, though, so it's obvious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're different people.
That's actually super not true.
No, it's not even a little true.
I think I'll see that Viridian is trying something on Atlas and Manicius. And I'll look at the spell as he's starting to conjure it up and read it out a little bit and be like, okay, that's smart, and I'll take a moment to sort of slip down into the floorboards, into the floor space, and grab Manicius's ankle and dip his leg under the floor for a second, just enough to make him miss a hit that would ground his senses.
Okay. That'll take it down to a team pool of 4, but allow you to wield your powers to success. Apparently. So your illusion is successful. You again have those options from wield your powers. Sounds like you're trying to neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now.
Yeah. Yes.
And an ally.
Well, I mean, he's kind of a threat. He's breaking stuff, guys. All right. Cool beans. So these illusions happen, and so Sarah, if you come out, you see what's going on, you make that adjustment there. The 2 guys are swinging at nothing but think they're hitting each other. Dr. Solace, do you imagine, Viridian, that this illusion holds for other people as well? I guess so, but I just want to make sure.
It's up to you. I was thinking that it would affect them primarily, but I can take it if it's the whole room too.
Let's go with it just affects them. She's pretty confused by this. So she looks at you, Armature, and says, This is destroying my office. We need to stop this. I can't control him. Not when he's this angry. You should take this outside.
I mean, I was going to say it seems like a you problem, but...
I didn't have a problem until you showed up. Have your stupid cat. Just leave. Get Marcus out of here.
We can't just let them keep trying to wail on each other. I watched them for signs of any of them cooling off.
Yeah, I was thinking it was primarily visual, Rich.
Okay.
So they're not feeling a punch connect.
Okay. So they're aware. Okay, so it could cause a little bit of like confusion. Okay. That sounds good. So you throw a few punches into air. You're able to see Manish right there, but nothing connects. What do you do, Atlas?
Like, I think, like, as Atlas got really angry, I mean, I think he was definitely losing his fight, obviously, because, you know, he's smaller and but I think this, like, the illusion snaps him out of it long enough that's like you probably saw, like, when he started going aggro, his eyes probably like turned a different color, and like you see that color fade away again now. And you know what? I'm just gonna moment of truth this shit.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yes.
And I think that's sort of like that shift in the fight where Atlas was getting pummeled.
Mm-hmm.
And like he manages to move back to Minucius, and instead of getting pummeled, you know, he's catching the blows in his hands, and he's basically gonna he's gonna wear Minucius down.
He will. It's your moment of truth. What happens after you wear him down? This is your moment. You are the bull. You.
I mean, basically, like, as he slows down, he, like, Atlas sort of tries to push him to his knees and just go like, stop it. I'm not here to fight you. I want to help you.
Nice. You defeat him utterly. This is the moment of truth, and when you take him, he's down at his knees, heaving heavy breaths from the effort of trying to defeat you, but you're too strong, stronger than he ever imagined. And he says, I'm dying. She said you wouldn't help.
I want to help you. But let Anisha try. These people don't want to help you. These people want to use you.
Okay, brother.
And I imagine that, like, then, you know, they clasp hands and he pulls him back up.
Nice.
And then,
nice.
like, probably, like, and then, like, Atlas throws a look at, like, what's her name?
Dr. Solace? Okay.
Yes. And he just throws the look like, you've lost.
I think we've reached the staple right there, right? Let's go ahead and take a break. So it is 13 till. Let's just go ahead and let's just meet at the top of the hour. So it's a nice long break for everybody. and we'll see you guys at the top of the hour. That was forever. It's the longest break.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
I like walked around for a little while. It's rained here.
Walked around the block. And
I got a beer.
Nice.
So, Rich, I will
Yeah.
tell you that on that roll that I got help with, that just kicked me to another advancement.
Okay.
But I'm going to save it probably for sometime during the epilogues.
Okay. That sounds fine with me. I think we should just when we turn over, you guys are out of Hanover Institute unless you really want to.
I did have a thing that I wanted to
okay.
do for
Okay.
moving.
So I'll hand it to you. What do we see in the upper left-hand panel when we flip with the staple there?
I think as I'm like taking Shamecat from Seraph's shoulder kind of onto mine, I kind of like look to the others and like, are we ready to leave? See if anyone gets like, any nods.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, please.
1 second. I want to use Always Prepared to unleash my powers by producing a gadget. So,
What gadget would this be?
I want to construct a EMP device strong enough to destroy all records technology in the whole building. I mean, not blow anything up, but just
just
everything
basically
kind of
EMP
grinds to a
device.
halt and wipes data.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so you're wielding your powers. You are going to.
Well, I think I have to use unleash my powers but it's the same thing, well, almost the same thing. Because there's no conditions. But that is the wording of the tactical genius. No, always prepared move. It's when you unleash your powers by producing a brand new.
Well, they're both
material.
rolling with freak. You just get different options to wield your powers, and you aren't affected by conditions.
But this one lets me roll with superior.
Oh, nice.
Should I roll how
Yeah.
it's worded?
Poor Hanover Institute.
They have offsite backups.
I know. Shh. That's true.
I got a 9.
A 9er.
I mean, come on, somebody want just. And my plan is just to hand this small device to Dr. Solace, like, here. You can have that. And then I look to Anil. Sure.
I tell you what, instead of handing it to her, let me do just to give you that +1. What is it? Bigby's invisible hand or whatever.
Yes.
So if you look to me before you give it to her, you'll just feel it gently float out of your hand and float over to Solace.
Yeah, I'm done here.
And then you guys teleport out. Do you take Manicius with you?
Yes.
I think we have to.
And then it remains in the office. We see Dr. Solace, her tech assistant by her side, and the tech assistant is tapping their tablet and it's just a blank screen. And he says, ma'am, I think that I know. Just shut up. So where do you teleport them, Viridian?
My house is still a construction zone. Because it's only been like 2 days, right?
Yeah.
An eventful 2 days.
True enough. I mean, if you want your house to be mostly reconstructed, you do have magic at your disposal. Your mom also, and a dragon. So, you know, it says under construction as you feel like is appropriate for Castle Blackstone.
I think it's just artistically under construction then.
Sounds awesome.
You know, they're people still working, but it's not clear exactly what they're doing, kind of thing.
Love it.
Occasionally, a couple of gargoyles will walk past in the background.
Yes.
One of them has a construction hat on.
Massive together, yes.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah, I'll take us home, or to my home.
You overhear one of the gargoyles call the other Brooklyn.
Hey, Brooklyn. And then I think Mom probably instinctively knows when I come in. So
yeah, it's probably got a little cantrip. Tell me when sun arrives.
So
it's called a hexa. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily feel the need to seek her out. I think I'll take us just to that the big ballroom that we used for the party for now. I don't want to break trend and actually take anybody to my room.
I don't think we've ever seen your room.
We have not. Because I haven't decided what it looks like.
I think we have the point of view for each of the panels as you're going through with the fresh eyes of Manicius. You know, he kind of lumbering, towering over you guys, about the size of one of the gargoyles, and he just looks around like, this is the craziest thing he's ever seen. Muttering to himself, it's like the Addams Family mansion or something.
Well, has he only ever seen labs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine that when there's not actively a dance going on or a party going on, that there's just some comfortable furniture.
Yeah.
Well, comfortable, but not necessarily of a size that Atlas or Manicius would feel comfortable sitting on. So I'll take us up to that. There was a small stage where they can sit on the stage, and then we can bring some chairs up. And then I look at everybody else, because for once this isn't something out of recent. This is something that I can help, but I really can't take this, take the helm for this conversation. So I don't even say, so we need to talk. I just sit, cross my legs.
Well, we've had a really busy day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Manicius, where are you from? Are you local? Tell us your story.
I'm from the lab.
I think he's a clone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not stupid.
No.
received VR simulations, not like this place.
Armature.
I'll take some samples.
I think he was the one that was unstable.
Yeah.
Take whatever you need from me to help him.
Sorry about the punching.
It's okay. I'm also going to consider like giving my DNA whatever to help Lucius as a sacrifice to absolve my guilt for guilty.
Sounds good.
Would assess the situation be appropriate?
All right. Yeah.
Or would some use of my sanctuary?
Ooh, use of your sanctuary would be really fun. Let's do that. I like that better. So let's jump over to the Doomed playbook where the sanctuary can be found.
Should we just have a little time jump to sanctuary? Or at least to
meanwhile,
a couple of pages worth of this location, that location.
Yeah.
And you call upon the resources of your sanctuary to solve a problem, say what you want to do. So what specifically are you trying to do? I think I know it, but I just want to say.
I want to stabilize. I mean, I also want to make doubly sure that Atlas is stable, and it's how we think, and it's just Minutius that's unstable. And yeah, I want to make sure both are stable.
Okay. So after some research that you'll do here, first you must obtain DNA and genetic material from your bull friend. You'll need help from the Hanover Institute, or specifically Dr. Solace, because this was her project and her baby. And yeah, the best you can do is a lesser version, unreliable and limited to extend his life. He's going to need continued genetic treatment. There were things done to this version of Marcus that they tried to add too much, and it just doesn't altogether work.
I'm just like looking at the DNA sequences and just like, this is just shoddy. Seraph?
Yeah.
We need Dr. Solace.
Do we need her, or do we need her notes?
There might not be any notes left. If you had it all digitally.
I fling a couple of images from my phone to Anisha's number.
Was this the photos you took that had the files?
Yeah, the random photos that I kept taking inside of the warehouse.
Yeah,
those are
you guys remember
or
there were
physical.
There were physical files that had like file boxes and had labels to them. Yeah. Nice remembering.
I left the MC note for today.
Yeah. Does the MC think that would cover the?
I think it will cover it, but you'll have to obtain those files. No, I mean Hanover Institute's mostly in shambles. You've EMP'd it. I'm sure they're fine. They're probably all on a coffee break.
If only they had construction gargoyles. Guys, can you... I think that would be perfect. Can you get those?
Yeah, I'll be back soon.
I'll go with you.
All right, great.
Okay, boys. I'm going to need some DNA samples.
Take whatever you need.
Is this something uncomfortable or...
He's got like
blood? Or are we
cotton
talking
swabs
spinal
in each
fluid?
finger.
I think Atlas definitely like looks away, like
Manicius is an excellent patient.
Hmm.
He just lets you do whatever he is.
I'm sure he's used to being jabbed and poked.
Yep, poked and prodded.
I'm kind of like, sorry, this might hurt a little bit. Then like one tentacle needle goes out.
Yeah, he doesn't even react. You actually have to increase the density of the needle to be able to puncture through his skin.
Oh yeah, then the needle kind of like, as I kind of struggle with both of them, I like, then two tentacles kind of come together and then like rotate around and just like, then they start rotating as a drill.
Nice. And then there's a moment of like, yeah, there's like a
that like sparks.
As you're removing genetic material, Manicius looks over at you, Atlas, and says, "You have a tiny girlfriend."
how do you know this?
I was curious.
Did you find that in their files?
No. But there are cameras everywhere. Easy to watch.
Alice is super embarrassed, like suddenly thinking about all the times that he changed into his costume and all the other stuff that the cameras picked up, and like,
I'll go through the house and remove them. It's okay.
Thank you.
You always look wavy, but I know it's you.
Wavy.
Always interference.
Oh yeah, that'll be me. Told you it'd be useful. No one ever listens to me. Right. Stop mixing things and.
Nice. So we pick up with Viridian and Seraph. How is it that you get to the storage facility, the records at Hanover Institute?
I want to check in with Jen.
Yep.
Do you feel particularly obligated to play this through? Or, because, I mean, I want you to have cool moments, but I don't necessarily have great investment on going back to the same warehouse we've been to before. Either way is fine. I just wanted to check. And with Rich, too.
I was imagining that would the warehouse be exactly the same? Probably not. I would imagine that Dr. Solace has already sent employees down to fetch those records because they're going to have to rebuild some of their databases that may not have had immediate backup or, were stored on, and they're grabbing the offsite backups to restore everything.
Yeah.
So there could be some stuff going on at the warehouse if you find that interesting. If not, then we don't have to have that scene. There's other stuff going on.
If you want, Seraph, I will teleport us to inside the warehouse. If that doesn't make things too easy.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, we're inside the warehouse.
Sweet. You guys pop into the warehouse, and you hear the first thing you hear is meep, 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 and you see that there's a pallet being lifted by a forklift, and there are a number of people who are going through and sifting through some of the records. You have a few moments before they realize it's not like you arrive with a BAMF and the smell of brimstone and sulfur, but yeah, you do port into a lot of activity going on here. What do you do, Seraph?
Well, I'm here for the files. Probably before we bamped in, I pawed around and tried to see what the Project Atlas files were next to so that I had a reference for when I was looking here in a hurry, and I get to looking.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Let's have you unleash your powers to fly in and grab the thing and not get in any trouble.
Or at least held up.
Yeah, that's trouble.
That's trouble. You're right. All right, we'll do it.
An 8. All right.
All right.
On a 7 to 9 market conditioner, the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Unstable or temporary kind of doesn't feel like it works here.
Not exactly.
Not really. I don't know. Do I see something that makes me angry or afraid?
Angry or afraid? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So maybe it's the thing where you flip open the top of the box, you fly up on top of that pallet like it's on second level type deal, and you're hiding out. When you flip it open, you see they've got a number of photos, and you can see the several stages of growth of the Menicius project. It's kind of nestled into the long box of the Atlas project, and you can see that there's also an attempt to grow wings onto one of the versions of Menicius, but was considered failed, and that project canceled.
Wow.
Think that's condition worthy?
I think that's condition worthy. I'll mark angry.
Ooh, Rich, I have a thought.
Yes.
Post-it note with Seraph ? Underline, stuck on that picture.
Yes. And then the second post-it mark, need genetic material.
Oh, I've got some genetic material to give them. Knuckle crack.
Meanwhile, we go to like the picture of that lab assistant from before. And he's like kneeling down in the place where you'd retrieved Shame Cat, and he's picking up a single feather.
I don't shed that much unless somebody beats the shit out of me.
Oh, nobody beats you there. All right, so he's looking for feathers and he doesn't find one.
Yep.
No feathers here, ma'am. Damn it.
Next time.
I told Menicius to beat the shit out of her. All right, so yeah, you grab the Atlas folders, and you guys are able to get the heck out of Dodge.
Yep.
Sweet.
Drift back to Viridian looking sullen.
Brian's all grown up-ish now.
What happened? Why you look mad?
He can tell, even though it's me, because in fact, my wings have a mind of their own, and they give me away.
Angry wing stance.
Yep, it's pointier. You just know. And I'll like show him the file real quick.
Oh, that is just wrong.
Right.
Yeah, you can see on the file it says Project Nephilim.
Yeah, I'm not done with this one.
Nope.
But for now, we got stuff to do. Let's go.
All right. So I will zap us to outside the technology door that leads to the pocket dimension, etc., etc.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then open said door and walk in.
Tentacle hand just goes behind my back to take the file.
I'm not even bothering to acknowledge it. Just still working.
I mean, it's a long box of legal files. It's like one of those banker boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So-
multiple tentacles go out with
Right.
a support one.
Are
So take it away.
Atlas and Manicius here? Or are they back at Castle Blackstone? Where do you imagine they are right now in this?
Who's that to?
Oh, I should use names other than just characters. Jan, where are Atlas and Manicius right now? Are they in the pocket dimension or are they back?
In the pocket dimension, yeah.
Okay, cool. So team
In
another
my
team
in my
sequence.
head, I'm imagining the kind of the wall tentacles have formed two very large chairs side by
Yeah,
side,
Manicius actually gets to sit down, it's pretty great.
Yeah. and then
Is
there's like
there- Is there a massage function?
oh yeah, I mean it's they're made of tentacles.
Yeah, it's
They
kind of
can-
built in.
Yeah.
Programmed for good touches only.
Yes. Good tentacle touches. Yeah, and just displays and things and readouts and everything around them. I've got a couple of my tentacles are rapidly spinning some vials of blood. Doing the whole separating out hemoglobin. and such.
Centrifuge going on. I love it.
Yeah, the one hand, but yeah, basically one hand spinning, like fidget spinning.
And there are probably a couple of panels, or at least one panel of like Seraph and some of Anisha's tentacles sort of compete / collaborating on the files because Seraph is interested in getting some of them photographed. And the tentacles are probably sorting through
Yeah.
and finding the ones that are relevant to what Anisha's doing
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, there's definitely one tentacle that's kind of got a camera on the tip that's just speed reading, going like this, zipping along the lines,
Mm-hmm.
and just flicking the pages, and then the next one goes down. As I just take it all in as quick as possible. Yeah, and
So you have the ingredients needed. What you can do is fix the instability will last for a time, but it's kind of it'll be an ongoing series. It's almost a genetic therapy that will have to be applied and reapplied and reapplied until you come up with some kind of breakthrough for something more permanent.
yeah, I passed that on to both of them, and don't sugarcoat it.
All right.
And Dr. Solus could do better.
Maybe, but
She didn't.
and I don't know if she wants to.
Why she wanted Marcus to do this. She lied to you.
I mean, I don't trust anything she says, so.
No. Whatever she ever says, there's something to gain for her.
Do you don't trust Dr. Solus, right? Atlas?
No.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Right.
Have you ever had waffles?
Never had solid food. I've never had solid food.
We need to fix this.
Waffles are a great place to start.
Yes. Let's get some waffles. I can imagine. I'm sort of going like, we should make it into an eating contest.
Well, I shrug. Armature shrugs.
And Viridian will eventually explain the $1,700 charge at Waffle House to his parents.
I would just like to intersperse a slight montage into the waffle eating montage, I assume that happens, of us all walking by through the store. And of course, Atlas, and then some whoever else, and then Atlas again. Oh, well, not exactly. And the double take.
It's like a panel.
My aunt.
There's a panel of Manisha's holding 3 of the small syrup bottles. He gets a little hyper. He doesn't know how to handle it. You guys are watching this bizarre gorging competition. Anil, you sense a little magical disturbance in the force, as it were. And you see that at the end of the little aisle between the booths, I imagine they've broken out some special chairs, or maybe Atlas and Manicius are sitting on the floor. I'm not sure how seating arrangements are working there.
Project Diffuse could have helped.
There we go.
Chairs.
Project Diffuse's chairs. So you guys are chairs at the end of 2 different tables and kind of facing the window. But Anil, you see that your father has just teleported into the IHOP.
I excuse myself and walk over to him.
And we are totally not listening in.
He comes forward. He offers you a hand for a handshake.
I will grab it. How was your trip?
It was fruitful and needed.
What is your handicap?
It's just 7. It's not so bad. Just need a few strokes occasionally. Mar-a-Lago's got a lot more than golf, though, son.
Oh, I understand. So, I'm glad you're back. Hasn't been the easiest time.
Oh, really? I heard the city didn't miss me.
I assume you've been home.
Oh, well, you know how many times Blackstone's been broken down and rebuilt, son. Your mother says I should be very proud of you.
Totally not because Anil has read Archipelago 3, but just because this is a thing that wasn't sufficient. So I say, try a different way, Dad.
I I'm aware of all the things that you have done while I've been gone. And I'm proud of you. But your mother also said that I should be proud of you, so it wasn't a lie.
Oh, I knew that. I was fine with that part. Thank you. I'm glad you're back. I think I might take a few days off.
That's quite all right. You've earned it. I'm going to provide legal counsel to your cousin.
Thank you. I haven't had time to check on Sister Occultus. Is she recovering?
She's very angry, which means that she's recovering.
I don't care if she's angry. She broke her bonds.
She did. And we will have a conversation about that later. I appreciate what you did. She has always pushed things to her own aims. I never expected that her opinion of you would cause her to make such poor judgment calls. Are you all right, son?
I suppose I will be. At the moment, Kavita and not Hazit and Sister Occultus, Black Mambo. It's been a lot, and it feels sometimes like, I don't know, like that those of you that have been doing this for a long time have selective blindness, or I don't know. I don't love the status quo.
I think that is something that you and I and your mother can have a conversation about.
Okay, hang on, give me a second. So I'm taking Become a Paragon of the City.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
Dad, I love you, and I will always come to you for counsel and advice. But everything, the Transcendent Crusaders, Sister Occultus, when I say the status quo is bad, I mean bad. And I'm forging my own path. I'll be happy to talk to you about, have a conversation about that path, and I'll listen to what you have to say. But that's as far as it goes.
I understand, son. And I can appreciate your perspective. I know that you will be part of the solution.
And I hug him.
Nice. Yeah. There's like that you hug him first, and there's a moment, like a panel of him just reacting, and then you see his hands come up to your back, and he squeezes back. So, those people who are not eavesdropping, what do we see going on with Armature?
I continue to chew after a very long time of not chewing. And I think Project Diffuse is just staring intently at them, analyzing their body language and stuff. And I kind of just nudge the kind of camera back to facing the table rather than them. They're just like,
And then a couple of Project Diffuse's tentacles like slip around your shoulders. Like perhaps Diffuse is thinking that a hug should happen here.
I look embarrassed for a second and then just like
Nice.
Continue waffling.
What about Seraph? What's going on with Seraph?
I mean, this is an important question. Am I in the Waffle House as Seraph?
If you want to be, or you could easily be Ashley.
We montaged.
We did. This could easily be Ashley. Liz could be here. This could be as much as you want to frame it in. You've only been scribbles in the background so far. I can go in post-production, take out the wings.
Well, that's, man, that costs about as much money as making the rest of this film. Yeah, let's see. All right, I'm actually there as Seraph, which is not my usual MO for going into restaurants.
It's true, but I mean...
It is my MO for food carts, but that's different.
Oddly enough, a winged half angel is not the freakiest thing at these tables. So
yep, I fit in. It's okay.
What's the name of that the Hawkman lawyer, Harvey Hawkman or something like that?
Oh, Harvey Birdman.
Harvey Birdman, yeah.
I just imagine you waiting in line for a hot dog. Well, maybe not a hot dog because you're Seraph, but
sure. But yeah, I'm watching. I see the hug happen, and I like turn my attention away again. I'm probably working on a combo platter of like scrambled eggs and crepes.
Crepes, nice, nice. And then you get an Evite, as we, of course, you're a teen, so you're checking your phone. You get an Evite from your mom for the groundbreaking ceremony for the new riverfront amusement park reopening that it's basically breaking ground to begin construction on that.
What? Oh my God. I just say this right at the table. And like, I let my head slump down and hit the table with a soft thump.
Is it the Seraph ride that bothers you the most?
Yes. No. Don't ask me these questions.
Okay.
Because
it's the dopest roller coaster in the whole park, according to the VR Sims.
I just like grumble and slide my phone over to the first person who seems curious about what's getting on my case.
That's got to be Atlas, right?
sure.
I mean, if he like grunts curiously at me over a mouthful of waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Atlas can multitask.
More Hmm? Oh,
My mom bought the amusement park. She bought the haunted amusement park.
I mean, it's no longer haunted, though.
So weird.
I agree. We should.
And
go
look, and I'll like pick it back up and I'll wave it at Armature.
Atlas will totally go like, we should go there sometime. Probably like folks. Like his clone brother. Seems like fun.
I just like rub my face underneath my face wings. Like, oh. When is my Evite? When do I have to be there for emotional support?
Oh, I'm thinking it's like tomorrow.
Okay. It's not a same day thing.
Yeah, it's not the same day thing. She actually plans ahead a little bit.
A little bit. At least it's tomorrow. I guess let me know if you want an invite.
Yeah, yes, please.
Cool. Will do. I'll like start the request for my mom to pencil in Atlas and Manisha's. And you know, fuck it. I will ask for a tentative, spot for everybody on the team. Because that seems like fun.
Yeah.
And girlfriends and boyfriends and
Yep.
Everyone gets +1s and all that good stuff. Yeah, your mom's reply is I've already sent Evites to them. I keep getting a bounce from Armature's email. I think it's fake.
I didn't give out my real email.
Right. See, why would
I just sift the internet for things that are relevant to me. And
yeah.
You should give people an actual email sometimes, Armature.
Oh no, I get the stuff I need.
You should give people a real email sometimes, Armature.
Fine.
Okay, good.
There's like a little bing on your phone. There's some incomprehensible just gobbledygook of numbers and letters and stuff. It's just like
the Armature ride is one of those like centrifugal force type, like you get stuck to the wall, it goes around the kind of cyclotron type deals.
That makes no sense.
What
could make an exhibit.
Viridian? I gotta know.
Oh, Viridian's ride. Oh, that's I think that Viridian's ride is actually one of those slow boat things with a lot of actors and everything. And so you go on a tour of Castle Blackstone. It's authorized.
Animatronic gargoyles.
Yes, it's got the
And they're magicians performing tricks.
Yes, absolutely, full on.
There's a little embarrassment for everybody. That's my mom.
And Atlas's ride is like one of those things that take you up and then drop you.
I was thinking
And actually, that could be Manisha's day job, which is like, imagine it like one of those Hammer strongest man things at the fair. So Manisha provides the motivational force to send you up.
That sounds awesome. That's pretty great. Cool. So yeah, you got that Evite. Seraph, is there anything else that you're doing during the waffle eating contest? By the way, unfortunately, it looks like Manisha is taking number 1 is taking Atlas to town. Number 2 is going to be incredibly sick soon.
I mean, there was just but insight, just because I remembered from last session that you hinted at a conversation you wanted to have. I don't know if we want to have that. Do you remember? There was a talk about prom.
Fires.
And
Oh, it wasn't prom. It was something else, but I can't remember what it was called. And it wasn't homecoming. It's that
Yeah.
third kind of dance that I can never remember what it's called.
I think it was like winter formal, you said, or something like that.
Was it a Sadie Hawkins dance or?
Mm.
Something that would, well.
But yeah, there was a dance. Oh, that's true. I'm like, okay, so, and like I reach behind me, and then I've got like a nice decorative folder of some kind that's thick with paper inside. And there's just no explanation for how I do this. Which, now that you think of it, is similar to how I get my phone, and nobody knows. I have headcanon for it, but...
I love that you have headcanon. That is the best.
Do you have... I mean, your dad has, like, more than 2 wings.
I mean, so do I.
Oh, yeah, they go
You
around
have the wing
front.
mask.
Quite technically, I have 6 wings.
Yeah. Because you have the front. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember.
Yeah. Even though technically I'm not a seraph at all. But nobody's keeping track but me. So I'm like, Unisha, here's something that I got worked out for you sort of between classes earlier this week. And I like open up the folder, and on one side it's the dance schedule and 2 tickets. And then on the other side, it's a couple of headshots in a grid with like names, subjects they're best at, and some general like stuff they're known for. And it's a mix of boys and girls.
Hmm.
And all people who go to Hope Prep. I'm like,
Is this what I think it is?
well, what do you think it is?
Well, there's no weaknesses, so... Are you matchmaking?
Yeah. Unisha, you have got to ask some of these people out until somebody says yes to go to the dance with you. This is your mission, whether or not you choose to accept it.
Like a mass email?
No, don't do that. Ask them out to the dance face to face. Making eye contact with them and everything. And then, when you have somebody accept, you go to the dance with them. And you're friendly, and you make conversation, and you get to know them, and you have a good time.
Probably a good learning experience for Project Diffuse.
You're telling her how the world works. So
Sure,
much.
Project Diffuse, yeah. And yeah, I'm telling you how the world works.
Yeah, I will accept. Yeah.
All right.
It technically says the GM will adjust your labels, but where do you think you were pushing up her mundane, trying to make her a little more human there?
I have -1 mundane.
Oh my god. All right.
Which seems appropriate at the moment.
It does.
Atlas needs to lock a label, by the way.
Sorry?
Atlas needs to lock a label from that moment of truth.
Oh, I do? Wow. Another one.
Yeah. You know what? I'm encouraging Unisha to do something for herself. So go ahead and shift Savior down and Mundane up.
Nice. That's a really cool interpretation. I like it. And you accept it, so you make the move. There you go.
Well, no, there was a slight delay where it looked like I had just a sum of 4, which I should have a 5. Yep, that's correct now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. But there's not enough information here at the moment. I'm going to have to do some research.
Don't stalk them first.
Is that part of the rules of this?
It's part of the rules in general.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Most people hate it. How would you feel if, before going out on a date with you, somebody broke into your mainframe?
They'd have to get past my firewalls.
Pretend they did. Pretend they read everything about all of your projects and your life and your stuff.
Okay, but we can agree that they couldn't get past my firewalls, but I wouldn't like it if they did.
Exactly.
Okay, I won't stalk, as you call it.
Relationships are built on trust, and you need to not start them by violating somebody's future trust. Simple.
Okay.
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 I selected for cuties who were single, so you have a whole
So
spread.
I don't have to break them up from anyone. Good.
Yep.
Saves time. Then I take the book and start just poring over, seeing if I can glean any new information from sentence structure and, you know.
Do we see you like swiping left and swiping right on some of the?
Well, I think it's a
It's
book.
all on paper, so. It's loose leaf paper in a folder.
Yeah.
Trying to swipe left or right on paper doesn't seem to work. I love that. But that's not what you're doing. Sweet. So we are coming near a close for the session. Are there any scenes that folks want to have? I know there are a lot of, and we do have epilogues. So anything that we don't get to this time that you want to put a bug in my ear, we'll try to get to. I have a bug in my ear for one thing that I've failed to get to, Jen, but we'll frame a scene specifically around it next time around.
Well, yeah, with that out of the way, I don't really have anything more.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Jan? Good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then we'll bring our session to a close. Because we're setting up for an epilogue and an annual, I will not have a last page because I really want this to be about you guys, the epilogue, not my plots that I push for. But we will do our end of session. At the end of every session, choose one, grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team. Who'd like to go first?
Is there any new end of session moves from any of the
Oh yeah, from the Innocent.
Innocent?
I don't think I have any. I probably should have checked. No, I have my answer for the end of session move.
Okay, go for it.
Grow closer to the team. I mean, Seraph brought me back Shamcat and gave me advice. And, you know, if not taught me to grow as a person, told me to grow as a person. So I will, yeah. So.
Nice. Cool. That gives her influence, and you can clear condition or mark potential.
potential because I don't have any conditions.
Okay. Do you want to shift labels? You have that option. Shift. Does Seraph want to shift Armature's labels?
I will leave them as they are.
Okay. Who'd like to go next?
I'll jump in.
Wait.
Jinx. Yeah, I'll go closer to the team again, I think.
Awesome.
And gosh, who made me feel welcome? I think Viridian made me feel welcome.
Sweet. Believe you already had influence, Viridian.
I will leave labels as they are.
Okay.
All right. Paul, once you continue, what about for Viridian?
Well, I think I grew into my image of myself, but I'm not saying that because I didn't. I'm saying that because the drama of that final scene, not because I didn't feel teamy.
No, I mean, you become a paragon, it totally makes sense. You're going to your own image of yourself.
So I will shift labels in just a moment.
Sounds good. And then Atlas.
I grew closer to the team and think Armature for the most today.
Armature, do you wish to shift Atlas's labels?
There's not much I can shift.
There's already two looked, so yeah.
This is the point where we realize, hey, it's good that this game is coming to an end.
Okay, freak down, mundane up, because I think I've seen you got through that situation not with your strength, but with your inner strength.
Yes.
Your heart won the day.
Yes.
All right. That finishes up the end of session. Does anybody have any other end of? I don't think so, because of change of playbooks, so we don't have any shame to deal with. Legacy, I mean, that's when time passes and you're a paragon now, so it's going to be interesting.
We have discussed. There are no more end of session.
Yep. Just make it. I'd rather. All right. It's time for us to be done. Cool. So it is right at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and shuffle straight over to do brief feedback. We'll do our roses and thorns because that's the thing that we've been doing. So why change it now? We'll start with Jan. Jan, what thorns did you have from today's session?
I mean, my thorn was that it's like I felt that the session was a bit Atlas centered, so I was like a bit scared chewing the scenery too much, trying to like back away a bit, but not always feeling like I succeed. But yeah,
to me, if I had it to do over again and we were to plan out like an arc of this, I might approach or borrow from Primetime Adventures. In PTA, if you guys remember, you have the ability to, if you're saying, oh, I'm going to play a 9-episode PTA, then you, as a player, will determine where your spotlight issue is. Oh, okay. And there's a mechanical benefit for Primetime Adventures, but I wonder if Masks and other games that we play might benefit from us having something like that. Because to me, this is definitely the Atlas spotlight issue. You're going to Hanover Institute, and yes, there's some Shamecat stuff, but like in my head, I was pushing that because I really wanted to see that come to completion. So
yeah, and it was also totally like, yep, absolutely going to try and squeeze my moment of truth in there, but also like, I'm going to wait with my moment of truth till we've had some time to breathe. And
I appreciate that you did that. I thought that worked out pretty well. Cool. Thank you, Jan. So Paul, what thorns did you have today?
This is going to be slightly contradicted by a rose later, but I could always use more Seraph. And it felt like it was a good decision for you to make, but it felt like the fact that we left the Hanover Institute and then immediately had to go back, and that's why I brought up the question to Jen, was just like, I was like, huh, okay. But I get it. I just it was just a minor little bit of friction for me.
Yeah, given the doomed options, I was like, this appears to be the most interesting, but I could have gone other ways.
Yeah, for me, solving that problem was a question of like breaking out a callback to a previous session or talking more with Dr. Hanover, and I knew my preference.
Yeah, and I was really glad that you broke out the warehouse versus talking more to Hanover, because she would not have been very helpful.
Solace.
Stupid. Thank you.
Rich. I meant Dr. Yep. Solace.
I think I said it first.
I could have corrected you if I thought with my brain.
And those are my thorns.
Thank you. So then, Jen, what thorns did you have?
1p, insert coin. It took a while for me to have something to do.
I agree. And I definitely threw out save Shame Cat as an option, and you snatched it, and I appreciate that, but did not structure the initial situation very well for a team-based action.
Yeah. Gosh, anything else thorn-wise coming to mind? No.
Okay, cool. Alex, what thorns did you have?
I can't think of anything that's not been mentioned by others. I don't think I can bring anything extra. So
okay. I won't. Oh, do you have one? Do you think of one while saying you don't have any?
No.
I've done that before. What roses would you like to hand out, Alex?
Oh, that's much easier. I very happy that we've got to have the little scene that Jen hinted at last session, just near the end. I really liked a lot of the little end scenes of this issue. The Viridian and his dad was a really good scene. And yeah, I dug the whole clone battling and clone chaos. Episode title.
Clone Chaos. I'm going to name it now. Go in and edit that later. Cool. Thank you very much. So Jen, we'll circle back to you for roses. Any you'd like to hand out to your fellow players?
Only takes one clone to start some chaos. I liked how Atlas rather immediately came to the correct conclusion of, we have to help Shame Cat and we also have to help my clone. That was cool. I liked when you triggered your moment of truth. That felt pretty good. I kind of wish that you had leaned into it a little harder, but I could still imagine it. You can imagine the tides turning, dramatic, momentous fight shift. So that was cool.
I should have taken it outside. There should have been like a fountain or something that they fell into, and the water's effects. And yeah, I hear you. In my head, it was pretty good. I think I didn't verbalize much to help there.
Then you'd have to have used the drowning rules.
Yep. 1d6 per 10 inches of water. I don't know. And yeah, lots of the side scenes were very cool, as Alex said. I enjoyed the handoff, not handoff discussion between Viridian and Justinian. That was very cool. Goodness, what else did I really like about this session? A lot of the description in the session was actually pretty good. You know, a lot of the place setting worked really well. The extremely fancy office that we got to destroy, that was quite cool. Manicius's reaction to being in Castle Blackstone was also good. And that's my roses.
Thank you, Jen. Paul, roses would you like to hand out to your fellow players?
I'm going to reiterate things that have already been said because I want to say them myself. I thought the go to the dance scene was delightful, and it was a nice little lagniappe at the end of the session. I realized just as I was about to say that I was taking the Paragon of the City thing, that apparently I care enough about Viridian that made me very emotional. Although it's already a pretty pre-emotional day, but it's really cool that we played enough into this that Viridian being able to do that meant something to me at more than just a, oh, look, we're telling a story level. And that was awesome. And to sort of, I said I was going to sort of half contradict myself. While I can always use more Seraph, I thought it was awesome to have a primarily Atlas-centric episode. We needed to see this arc get resolved or destroyed somehow. And I really enjoyed your moment of truth, Jan/Atlas, and the way that you chose to do it by not actually punching him through a wall, but by taking and redirecting the blows. And I thought that was a perfect Atlas moment that almost allowed me to forgive you for punching Sophia in the head.
Almost.
Almost. Thank you so much, Paul. Appreciate that. Jan, bring us home with your roses.
I mean, thanks for the moment of truth stuff. I mean, I also felt like yeah, I was cutting that one a little short, but I was also doing that specifically because I felt that I was chewing a bit too much of the scenery already. So I was like, tried to keep it a bit short, but I was also leading very much into like the Hulk versus Abomination thing, where it's not like you know where you know you're getting beat up, but then eventually find that you can fight back. And I really enjoyed the hour of play after the thing resolved, and everyone got a bunch of time to breathe their scenes into it, and that was very nice. And the talk between Free and his father was sublime. Yeah, good scene.
I really enjoyed how some of the mechanics pushed into interesting choices and situations. The revelation that that Viridian is becoming a paragon, that was the perfect moment. Like, if you told me that's where you were going to go with it, I would have done exactly what I would have done. So it was just great. I was glad that it happened at that scene. That was fantastic. Yeah, there were a few things that I wish I could have squeezed in, but I wouldn't really change much of what happened. Maybe open up more for a few other character interactions during the fight. But I was like, do I add another villain? That's awkward and weird. So I didn't. But yeah. So I almost had Elizabeth from alternate dimension show up, but I'm like, why would she be here? Why would she work with Hanover Institute? That makes no sense. I would be screaming in my own comic. So I left with nothing. I went with what I had. I'm sure if I thought harder, I could have come up with something, but I didn't. That said, you guys knocked it out of the park. I've really enjoyed this volume of Masks issues and look forward to our epilogue. It's going to be fun and we'll bring everything to an interesting close, and that'll be in a few weeks.
It's going to be epic log.
Okay.
Whoa.
Cool. Well, I will bring this to a close. Thank you all so much. It's always a pleasure to play with you.